Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. The standard unit vectors, and linear combinations. So the standard unit vectors. So your objective is to understand what these things are, okay? And super simple. This entire lesson is going to be less than 5 minutes. So the unit vector I is 1 unit to the right and 0 units up. So it looks like this. Right, on a origin there, on a thing, it's 1 unit to the right and 0 up. There it is. That's the unit vector I. Here is the unit vector J. J happens to be 0 units right and 1 unit up. So it looks like that. So, well, as we practice more, work through it more, it's a way of setting up, it allows me to write vectors as a linear combination. So your next objective is going to be writing vectors as a linear combination. So when I ask for it in a linear combination, so if I said write -5, 2 as a linear combination, you would write well, let's do it this way. Let me show you why very quickly. Let me factor out of this. Let me write this as -5, 0 plus 0, 2. Okay, I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to show you, break things up. So look at what happens if I add these two vectors together. It will give me this. Just check with me, right? So I'm going to add the x components, -5 and 0. How much does that give me? -5. Add 0 and 2 gives me that. So it's just a way of breaking it up. Then once I've got that, let me factor out so that the inside of the vector is 1, 0, and 0, 1, respectively. So let me emphasize what I just said with, right? I'm going to factor out the 5 there. So I'm going to pull -5 out of -5, leaving me 1. I pull -5 out of 0, leaves me 0. Let's pull 2 out of 0, and let's pull 2 out of 2. So now, look what I have. I have my unit vectors. I will say I won't be making you do this, but as long as you're following me, as long as you see where the proof's coming from. So that I'm going to replace my vector 1, 0 with its appropriate measure, which is I, or its linear combination identifier. And I'm going to replace 0, 1 with its identifier. And from here on out, you're going to cut right to the chase. This says the exact same thing as that. So I'll do the studying for you. Turn your horizontal component to I and add it to your vertical component and make it J. That's it, right? You've itemized it. All set. Now, let's do one quick something just to make sure, gives us time to sink in. So if I were to tell you a point in space is 4, 1, and I know it's a point because it's in parentheses, and a point in space 2, 5, and I say write AB vector. So A is written first, so its initial point is A, and B is next, so its terminal point is B. Write AB as a linear combination. So we'll start thinking about vectors and getting them right in our head. We start at 4 and end up at 2, right? So we went backwards 2. So negative 2i, and we start at 5. I mean, start at 1 and go up to 5. So we're plus, because negative and then positive. So 1 to 5 is a plus 4j. The only thing different from yesterday is you would have said negative 2, comma 4. That's it. Right? So basically nothing. Just going to practice a lot today. So you feel comfortable with i's and j's. Your x is your I, your y is your j, and that's it. All right? I'm going to stop that.